Imagine this. You're sitting at a dinner table in Seoul, halfway through some mind-blowing Korean barbecue, when someone lets out a loud, unapologetic fart. Nobody gasps. Nobody blushes. In fact, a few people chuckle and carry on. Now picture the same scene at a formal dinner party in London or New York. Awkward silence, a few suppressed smirks, maybe even a judgmental glance or two. So why is passing gas in some places considered perfectly natural, even funny, while in others, it's a social catastrophe? What does a simple bodily function reveal about psychology, culture, and even power dynamics in society? Today, we're diving into the surprisingly profound world of flatulence. Let's start with the obvious. Everyone farts. You. Me, Beyonce. Even your boss. The average human passes gas between 10 and 20 times a day. That's not a bug in the human design, it's a feature. Gas is produced as your gut microbiome breaks down food, and releasing it is literally a sign that your digestive system is doing its job. But here's where it gets fascinating. A biological constant becomes a cultural variable. The same sound, produced the same way, can trigger laughter, disgust, embarrassment, or even pride, depending on where you are. Take Germany. While Germans aren't running around intentionally gassing every room, farting isn't treated as a moral failing. Historically, German culture has had a certain bluntness about the body. Luther's Reformation writings even used scatological humor as a rhetorical weapon. The message: bodies are natural. Pretending otherwise is hypocrisy. In South Korea, farting, especially in informal or family settings, can be seen as funny and harmless. There's even a beloved old-school variety show genre where staged fart noises are part of the humor. And Korean folklore includes playful spirits whose weapon of choice? You guessed it, farts. Contrast that with, say, Anglo-American culture, which inherited a Victorian prudishness about bodily functions. There, a fart can feel like a tiny social crisis, a breach in the invisible wall between civilized behavior and the raw animal body. So why the shame? Psychologists suggest it's tied to impression management, our constant unconscious effort to control how others see us. A fart is a reminder that, beneath the polished image we present, we're messy, leaky organisms. In societies that prize self-control and decorum, that reminder feels threatening. It's similar to why public speaking is terrifying or why spilling coffee on your shirt feels catastrophic. It punctures the illusion of control. A fart is a glitch in the social matrix, an audible reminder that nature doesn't care about your curated identity. In places like Germany or Korea, where there's less taboo around bodily reality, the threat is smaller. There's no illusion to puncture. Everyone already acknowledges the body's messiness. Humor plays a huge role too. Across cultures, farts are often funny, especially to kids. But humor itself is a coping mechanism. When we laugh at something taboo, we diffuse its power. Comedian Louis C.K. once quipped that fart jokes are perfect because everyone has direct experience with the subject. Anthropologists argue that shared laughter over bodily functions can strengthen group bonds. Think of Roman banquets or medieval fairs where jokes about bodily functions were standard entertainment. In that sense, a well-timed fart can act like social glue. Here's another layer. Farting can be an act of rebellion. Historically, breaking etiquette was a way to challenge authority. In medieval Europe, jesters could mock kings by exaggerating bodily functions. In Japanese history, there's even an entire genre of Edo period art called higassen, literally the fart battle, where warriors fight using weaponized gas clouds. The subtext? Power is temporary, but biology is forever. In modern workplaces or strict classrooms, a rogue fart can be an unconscious protest against rigid expectations. It says, "You can make me wear a suit, follow the rules, and sit still, but you can't stop my biology." Here's a twist. Recent research suggests that body odors, including those from gas, play subtle roles in social communication. Certain compounds in our scent carry information about our microbiome and even our immune systems. Of course, no one's advocating for sniffing your neighbor's emissions, But on an evolutionary level, smell has always been a form of social signaling. Our disgust response protects us from pathogens, but it's also been culturally amplified. In some small-scale societies, communal living and open acknowledgement of bodily functions can strengthen bonds, while in urban, individualistic cultures, odor boundaries are a way of maintaining personal space. Interestingly, the pendulum may be swinging again. Social media trends, like candid TikToks about digestion or gut health, are challenging old taboos. Wellness culture now openly discusses bloating, gut bacteria, and yes, farting. Memes about silent but deadly moments rack up millions of likes. This shift suggests we're becoming more comfortable with acknowledging our biology. It's as if society is collectively exhaling, pun intended, after centuries of holding it in. So what does all this say about us? Farting, for all its crudeness, is a reminder that the boundaries between our higher selves and our animal bodies are porous. It's a democratizing force. Every CEO, influencer, and world leader is one bad burrito away from a very human moment. In a way, the psychology of farting is about authenticity. We spend so much energy curating images of ourselves, online, at work, even among friends, that a little gas becomes a radical act of honesty. In cultures that accept it, maybe there's an implicit wisdom. Embracing our imperfections makes us more resilient. So the next time you find yourself blushing after an accidental squeak, remember, somewhere in the world, that sound might be met with laughter and a shrug. Maybe our discomfort isn't about the fart itself, but about the fragile masks we wear every day. If something as small and inevitable as gas can reveal so much about culture, psychology, and power, what else in our daily lives is quietly shaping who we are? Perhaps in the grand scheme of things, the most human thing you can do is let it out.
There's a llama in my head, wearing sun.